The one I have here is the Lenovo Legion Y7000 2025, equipped with a Core Ultra 7 155HX processor. It is an Intel-certified AI-quiet gaming laptop. So, how is the experience with this laptop? Can it simultaneously meet the labels of high performance and quiet operation? In this video, we'll test it out together. As usual, let's look at the configuration. The Legion Y7000 2025 we're testing this time is equipped with the Intel Core Ultra 7 155HX processor. It features the latest Arrow Lake platform architecture with a specification of 8 P cores and 12 E cores and a maximum clock speed of 5.2 GHz. The graphics card is an RTX 5060 laptop GPU with 8 GB of GDDR7 VRAM. On the Y7000, it supports full 115 watt power consumption. The memory is a single 16 GB stick of DDR5 at 5600 MHz. The hard drive is a 1 TB PCIe 4.0 SSD from Union Memory with a native length of 2242. The screen is different from the previous generation. It has been upgraded from a 15.6-inch 1080p panel to a 15.3-inch 2.5K screen. The refresh rate has also been increased from the previous generation's 144 Hz to 180 Hz. It has 400 nits of brightness and 100% sRGB color gamut and supports NVIDIA G-Sync and X-Write color management. The other specs are as shown. As an AI quiet gaming laptop, let's first look at its cooling and performance. We conducted our tests in a room at 25 degrees Celsius. First, we used beast mode for a single CPU stress test with FPU. At this time, the CPU power consumption was 105 watts, the temperature was 85 degrees Celsius, and the noise was 44.6 decibels. When we ran a single GPU stress test with 0x MSAA, the power consumption was 114 watts, the core temperature was 78 degrees Celsius, and the noise was 45.2 decibels. Finally, we turned on 8x MSAA to stress the VRAM. The VRAM temperature was 69 degrees Celsius, which is excellent performance. This is thanks to the great internal airflow design, which provides sufficient airflow to cool the VRAM. Under a dual stress test, the CPU and GPU power consumptions were 62 watts and 99 watts respectively. The total power draw for both was about 162 watts. The temperatures were 85 degrees Celsius and 80 degrees Celsius. The noise at this time was about 45 decibels, which is very good noise performance. The highest temperature on the keyboard surface was 41.1 degrees Celsius, located between the F7 and F8 keys. The rest of the keyboard area had lower temperatures, so you won't experience a hot keyboard during daily use. The power, noise, and temperature performance in beast mode fully meet Intel's definition of an AI quiet gaming laptop. Moreover, beast mode is not the upper limit for the Lenovo Legion Y7000 2025. We switched to overclock mode and ran the dual stress test again. The 30-minute average power consumption was 81 watts and 106 watts. The total power draw for both was about 187 watts, which is higher than the officially advertised value, though the power distribution was a bit unstable. We hope for a fix from the official side in the future. The core temperatures were 90 degrees Celsius and 81 degrees Celsius, with noise around 47 decibels. From the data above, if you want to find the best balance among performance, temperature, and noise, beast mode will be the best choice. The noise control is quite good and the sound is not particularly harsh. It's like a gentle sea breeze blowing by your ear, very comfortable. Although overclock mode can bring more powerful performance, the temperature also rises and the noise is a bit louder with some slight high frequency noise. It's only suitable for when you need to push the laptop performance to the extreme. After looking at the configuration, let's see the specific performance of the Legion Y7000 2025. For easy comparison, we brought in the previous generation Raptor Lake model as a reference. In beast mode, which meets the definition of an AI quiet gaming laptop, the PL1, PL2, and SCC of the Intel Core Ultra 7 155HX are almost identical to the performance settings of the previous generation Raptor Lake, but has the performance improved? Let's continue. In Cinebench tests, the single core performance of the Ultra 7 155HX improved by about 14%, and the multi-core performance leads by about 30%, which is very impressive. In terms of theoretical graphics performance, the Y7000 comes with a factory overclock of 150 MHz for the GPU core and 200 MHz for the VRAM. From the data above, you can see that in the Firestrike and Time Spy series of tests, the new 5060 leads the previous generation RTX 4060 by a stable margin of 20 to 30%. Next, let's move on to in-game tests. At 1080p resolution, the Lenovo Legion Y7000 2025 achieves an average of 256 FPS in CS with 1% low FPS of 124. Compared to the previous generation Y7000P, the average FPS increased by 21, and more importantly, the 1% low performance increased by 49 frames, which is great. The improvement in Apex Legends is also significant, with the 1% low frame rate showing a gap of about 40 frames. In AAA titles for Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Cyberpunk 2077, the average frame rate increased by 10 to 16%. At 1440p resolution, even in a very demanding game like Cyberpunk 2077, it surpasses the 60 FPS mark. The data above already shows that, for example, in Apex Legends, the 1% low performance in quiet mode is still about 65% stronger than the previous generation's overclock overclock mode. Once the low frame rates exceed 100, the stuttering in the picture is greatly reduced. This is especially true in first-person shooter games. After aiming, you won't see a slideshow effect, giving you a smoother gaming experience. Additionally, you can find the AI gaming assistant in the upper right corner of the Legion Zone control panel. Inside, there is an exclusive AI gaming companion. After you finish an intense battle, you can press Alt X to have a conversation. After the conversation ends, pressing the same key combination again will let you hear a soft and cute comforting voice. There are also various companion styles to choose from. In the UI Person Office test, the total score reached 7,189, which is 23% higher than the previous generation's total score. Especially in Outlook and Word, it completely crushes the competition with an overall efficiency improvement of over 20%. This makes the Legion Y7000 2025 even more capable during daily office work. Next is the UL Procyon productivity test. In the photo editing tasks, there's about a 9% improvement. When it comes to video editing tests, there's a significant performance boost with an improvement of nearly 30%. This means that you can get a smoother user experience at every stage of your editing tasks. In terms of appearance, this generation of the Y7000 uses the brand new Infinity design language. The overall design is highly similar to the more high-end 9000P. The entire body is made of PC plus ABS engineering plastic. The center of the A side features the Legion logo using the traditional 5-bar hinge design. Both the A and C sides have been spray-coated. They feel delicate and silky to the touch, but they are quite prone to fingerprints. The B side bezels are very well controlled, and with the 15.3-inch screen size, the overall size of the Legion Y7000 2025 is much smaller than a typical 16-inch gaming laptop. If you often carry it around, it will be very convenient. The screen specifications are as shown: 2560 by 1600 resolution, 16 by 10 aspect ratio, 180 Hz refresh rate, and 100% sRGB color gamut. Our measured brightness for 9 zones is as shown. The sRGB coverage is 100%, and the average delta E is 1.21. The 15.3-inch screen paired with a 2.5K resolution results in a very high PPI, making the image much sharper. The screen's color gamut coverage is also very good, capable of meeting the needs of most design work. The C-side keyboard uses a sunken layout. The full-size arrow keys and numpad are hallmarks of the Legion series. With 1.6mm key travel, the typing feel is very good, the rebound force is very strong, and the sound is crisp but not annoying. It also feels good for gaming, but it is also prone to fingerprints. The trackpad below is made of mylar material and measures 20 by 75mm. Its precision is very good. The D side has a textured finish. Compared to the A side, it might not feel as silky, but it is less likely to show scratches from minor impacts. This generation of the Y7000 has removed the side air vents thanks to the new generation Frostplate Cooling System 2.0. The entire machine looks more refined, compact, and low profile. The ports are as shown. The entire machine has 3 USB-A ports and 2 USB-C ports for a total of 5 USB ports, which is very generous. One of the USB-C ports is a full function port that supports 140-watt PD charging. The other is a Thunderbolt 4 port. On the right side of the machine, there is an E shutter switch that can control the camera at the top of the screen to protect your privacy and prevent leaks. The DC power jacks and an HDMI 1.1 port are on the back of the machine. This port layout is very considerate. With high specs and plenty of them, it can be considered an over-the-top performance. The measured weight of the entire machine is about 2.02 kilograms. For a gaming laptop to achieve this weight is really not easy. The original 240-watt 3-stage adapter weighs 749 grams. The thickness of the machine is as shown. The thickness and weight are better controlled than the reference laptop. Also, because of the 15.3-inch screen, it feels very light and compact in the hand. Next, let's open it up and take a look inside. After removing the 10 screws on the bottom cover, the small rounded corners at the front of the machine will pop up a bit. Use a pick to slide along the edge to remove the back cover. You can see that this year's Y7000 2025 has been further upgraded to the Frostplate Cooling System 2.0. The cooling module consists of one 10mm and two 8mm 3D mesh composite heat pipes. Below the heat pipes is a metal shield which also extends a metal heat spreader to cover the pre-installed M.2 SSD. Removing the shield next to the cooling module reveals dual SO-DIMM memory slots. It comes with a pre-installed 16GB DDR5 5600 MHz stick. Users who need it can add or replace it themselves. The machine provides dual M.2 2280 slots located under each cooling fan. The original is a 1TB 2240 length SSD. This is an OEM SSD from Union Memory, model AM61, with PCIe Gen 4 X4 specs. The measured read and write speeds are as shown. The wireless card is an Intel AX203, a mid to high-end Wi-Fi 6 card. The battery capacity is 60 watt-hours, and the measured battery life is 5 hours and 18 minutes. Okay, after seeing the detailed test, let's summarize the pros and cons of the Lenovo Legion Y7000 2025. Pros: high performance with low noise. Excellent cooling design. The body is compact, light, and thin. Of course, there are also drawbacks. The battery is a bit small, the peak brightness is a bit low, and overclock mode needs some updates. Thanks to the all-new Intel Core Ultra 7 155HX and Lenovo's excellent tuning, the Legion Y7000 2025 performs exceptionally well whether for office